Hello and welcome to a new video. My name is Cohen and I am a piano player, composer, and I like to play piano improvisations for as long as I want without reading sheet music, without any preparation. So if I get asked by a restaurant to play there for 4 hours, I tell them, sure, no problem. Maybe some breaks, but that would be logic, right? Well, my point is that you can just sit without any preparation and you can play piano without any cognitive load on your brain, because you're just following patterns that sound nice. And I want to learn these, teach these patterns to you who is watching this video. So everything I do on the piano is usually a pattern in the left hand. It starts with the foundation. The next phase would be to have fun with the melody, to find out the melody. When you get the hang of it and can play two hands together, you enter the focus phase where you can study a little bit more, dive a little bit deeper into getting the foundations and the fun part right. And eventually we implement the feel phase where you apply emotion. Emotion to me is actually, if you look at it from a very basic perspective, you can break down human emotion in two parameters: speed and dynamics. If you combine them, you can call it intensity. So if you have an X and a Y axis, you have low intensity and high intensity, and beautiful music always varies between those two. So if we start at low intensity and we go instantly, like without gradual transition to high intensity, it would be like this. But the key, of course, is to go from low intensity to high intensity. Well, etc. So what is going on exactly there? It is two parameters, speed and dynamics. So we start very slow, but we also start very soft. And we gradually move those two up. That requires training, because your finger muscles, your coordination, it's like going to the gym when you want to first lift the 100 kilo weights. That would be too much, right? Your muscles need to train first, and then your fingers have it takes time, like the same as when you want to train your whole body. Anyway, so but the principle behind it is actually very simple. So that would be phase 4, and phase 5 is freedom, which allows you to play freely on the piano. So let's just zoom in on the foundation first. We start with the left hand. Traditional piano lessons start always with the right hand, and I think that is the first mistake of traditional piano lessons. There's nothing wrong with sheet music. I read sheet music. I love sheet music, because when I write music for musicians, I need to translate my ideas to a piece of paper with ink on it. Otherwise, they cannot play what I have in mind. So sheet music is not the problem, but the path that is given towards each student, I think, is problematic, because sheet music, according to my experience, is not the I really should say this correctly. it's not the only gateway to playing beautiful piano music. For a lot of people, it works really, really, really well, and that's great. But personally, after 10 years of studying sheet music, doing traditional piano lessons, I still couldn't play my favorite songs. And my favorite songs were film scores from Hans Zimmer or John Williams or James, all these film score composers. So I was unable to play something like this. Or this. So what did I did? I was unable to play that, so I was in pain. I listened to those scores over and over and over and over again, and I played them by second, like each second individually, to really hear what the orchestra was actually playing in that second, and in which inversion, in which bass note, all those single details, and I tried to translate it to the piano. So unconsciously I trained my ear. And now, years later, I am on a mission to bust the myth that you need sheet music to play beautiful piano music, and you can use patterns instead. I call these patterns color blocks. Why? Because it's easy for the brain to remember a color rather than 8 individual notes. So the red color block starts with this. You just lock your pinky finger on one of the keys and you follow the same geometrical shape of the pattern. So if I play this from C and then to F and then to D and then to G, this equals the chords C major, F major, D minor, G major. So if you have already a little bit of chord knowledge, this method is going to significantly boost your piano improvisations overnight, I think. If you are a beginner from scratch, it takes time to learn all the patterns. You can learn the pattern, the red block, in one day, 100%, but to develop the muscles in your hand, it takes a little bit more time to get the control. Now, if you are a beginner and you're starting from scratch, your first goal is to get the color blocks on autopilot. What does it mean? To have no gap in between the chords, color blocks. This would be wrong because you want to continuously have these color blocks on autopilot without thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that you should breathe them, dream them, all of that. So if you are a little bit more intermediate, then you can move to chords, like all chords. Let's play in F minor. That would be D flat major, B flat minor, C sus4, C major. It's very hard to talk and play at the same time. So in my whole process of listening to film scores, I discovered that arpeggios were, for me, the key towards piano improvisation. So in my left hand, the color blocks are arpeggios. And in the right hand, I like to play arpeggios, ostinatos, or create my own melodies. So an ostinato would be something like this. you can move through low and high intensity. It sounds very cinematic already. Let's change the chord. And that unlocks so much, I don't know, like freedom. It's like taking a shower to me, like can think during the improvisation. And when I talk to people, I hear all kinds of problems that I have faced during their education. Like, I don't know, maybe they didn't like their teacher, or maybe piano lessons was not within the family's budget, or there were all kinds of objections. It's all possible, and I think I try to provide a way here free on YouTube for you to find that freedom for yourself without having to go every week to your local piano teacher. So that is basically the whole thing about the color block method. And if you resonate with this, I want to invite you to the community. It's completely free. There's a link below in the description. When you enter, this is something I'm currently working on, but you will get access to your Piano Freedom score. It's a little questionnaire where you give 1, 2, or 3 stars to yourself based on the statement that is connected with it. For example, it can play the red block on autopilot, yes or no. It was like on BPM 60, for example, is 1 star, and then etc., etc. Like I can in phase 4 there is this I don't know it from the top of my mind, but it is in phase 4 you have the low and high intensity, and the statements are like, I can do this and this and this is 1 star, and 3 stars would be like this and this. So you know exactly like the milestone to hit in order to progress. Anyway, it would be best for you to see it for yourself. And other than that, I hope that this is helpful, and spread the word. If you like this, send it to a friend who may have struggled with playing the piano in the past, or is currently thinking to start again, or is currently struggling with playing the piano. So whether someone had traditional lessons for years, or never had lessons, or learned all by themselves, that is all possible, because I experienced both sides. Like, I had the traditional lessons, and I also learned by ear by myself. So the outcome of that is the color block method. So I hope that was helpful. I will finish this video by a little improvisation, and hopefully I will see you in the next video, where I will talk more about the color block method, maybe dive into a little bit more the melody protocol.